And hello again, I think I've got all systems go, and now I'm on the RØDE NT-USB Mini microphone, which is, of course, as the name suggests, a USB microphone, and it's USB only, just to be clear. I've just loaded up the RØDE Connect software on my computer, and I've got the gain set to 25 dB. Now I've also found that about 22 or 23 dB is also a good level to have it, but I like to just add a little bit more, as long as it's in that safety region that you can see on your screen. That is where to set it. So what you do is you just go ahead and talk into the microphone, and then you go from there, so that your voice is probably about halfway in that little green rail. Think of it as a railway track or something like that. RØDE Connect has 4 processors available, as mentioned in a previous video. Any background noise, you might have air conditioning on or something like that, or it might be picking up a computer's hard drive vibration, anything like that. You don't particularly want to have that sort of interference coming through your audio, obviously. I know I certainly don't. So this is where something like noise gate comes into effect, and is very, very handy, because that's its purpose. Now, all 4 processors built into the RØDE Connect software is turned off right now. The noise gate, compressor, the Aural Exciter, and the big bottom, they're all turned off, so that you can hear the difference between on and off. I'm going to explain now what all the functions are of these 4 processors in RØDE Connect. The noise gate is like a gate. Think of it like a gateway. So when you stop speaking, you don't want there to be any background noises in between pauses. So that's where the noise gate comes in. So think of it like a gate opening and closing. So when you stop speaking, like now for example, the gate closes, and then when you start speaking again, it reacts, and then it lets your voice through it without hindrance. So its job is basically to get rid of background noise whilst you're not speaking. I'm going to turn the noise gate on in the software for this mic, the RØDE Connect software. I'm going to turn it on the word now. Now, okay, so the noise gate is back on now. I've just turned the noise gate on, and there you go. So now there should be little to no background noise, sorry. Because my voice sounds flat, I'm now going to turn on the compressor. So I'm now going to explain, or try to explain the job of what a compressor is. With an audio compressor, it takes the high and lower parts of your voice and just sort of equalizes it out a bit, and sort of, instead of there being spikes, it's more sort of compressed, kind of like that, if that makes sense. So the compressor is not turned on right now. I've just turned the noise gate back off again, by the way, so you can hear some background noise. So you can hear that. And now it's back on again. So you can really hear the noise gate working to get rid of background noise. Let's turn the compressor on now, and that will not only compress my voice, but it will also probably make it sound more, give my voice more presence. So let's turn it on. Okay, I've just turned the compressor on, and you probably have noticed, or you may have noticed, my voice come up a little bit there. So I think at the very least, if you only ever want to of the 4 processors switched on in the RØDE Connect software, even if you don't want the compressor, so the compressor's back off again now. But even if you only want one processor, I'd always have the noise gate on. Now, how to monitor your voice is you can monitor by plugging headphones into the back of the microphone. It's got a headphone jack, which is a great way to monitor your voice so that you can hear how it's sounding in real time as you're speaking. So getting back to RØDE Connect, the software, let's go back into the microphone. Now, to get into the microphone, you click on you click on this thing here, you click on the picture of the microphone, and that goes into where you see the audio levels, which is really nice and handy to, that's how you get in there. So with the noise gate on and the compressor on, I can't help feeling that my voice is just maybe just a little bit still kind of flat. So I'm going to turn on the Aural Exciter. The Aural Exciter is now turned on. So the Aural Exciter, you'll probably hear more. You'll probably hear my S's, for example, more pronounced while I'm speaking, of course. And that is okay, but you don't want it too strong. I like the Aural Exciter turned on with the RØDE Connect software, but only if the big bottom or the bass setting is turned on as well. I'm going to turn the Aural Exciter back off. Okay, I've just turned the Aural Exciter back off, so you'll probably hear the S's and the high-pitched frequencies of my voice not so much pronounced. Let's turn the big bottom on, which is the bass. I've just turned the big bottom on right now. I said it at the same time as I said the word now a moment ago. So the big bottom bass processing is now on for the radio broadcast sound. Once again, remember just a moment ago how I said I like to use the Aural Exciter? Well, I only like to use the Aural Exciter if the big bottom is turned on. Now that the big bottom's on though, let's go ahead and turn on the Aural Exciter for the high pitch frequencies, which I like to call simply treble. I've just turned the Aural Exciter on. After I said the word treble a moment ago, that's when I turned the Aural Exciter on. So let's go ahead now and turn off all the processors and go back to the beginning. Okay, so now there's no processing on whatsoever. Maybe you can hear some background noise and the voice is a bit flat. The noise gate's now on. So it's going to really quieten down the audio whilst I'll stop speaking. Now I'm going to turn on the compressor again. The compressor is back on again now. And now I'm going to turn on the Aural Exciter. I've just done that. There's the Aural Exciter. So that is a lot of clarity and really clear at the high end frequencies like that. So just to, I suppose, separate that or differentiate that between the bassy sounds of the of your voice. But again, I don't like the Aural Exciter on unless the big bottom's on. Click. When I said click, that's when I actually clicked it. So the big bottom is back on. Anyway, I'm hoping that has been helpful to some degree, and I shall catch you in the next video, whatever that will be. So that's all from me for now, and I'll see you later.